Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about Lamps in the Whirlpool written by Rajam Krishnan. So about the author, we are going to see about the author as a first part. So Rajam Krishnan, she was born in Mussoorie, Tiruchirappalli district, and she had very little formal education. Okay, so we can take many successful people, though they hadn't received a good education. They attained glory and they had reached success only out of their experience and the knowledge which they had. Okay, so likewise Rajam Krishnan, she too had little education, but she had shown very well in her life. Okay, and then she had started publishing her writings even in her 20s. Okay, imagine what we were doing or what we are doing when we are in the age of 20. Just we will do chit chats with our friends and we will waste our time in a useless way. Okay, but what she did, so she started publishing her works, and then her writings, they were well researched social novels. So it was known for well researched social novels. So her novels will be based on the society, the problems faced in the society by the people. Okay, and then it also expresses the lives of people which were not depicted in modern Tamil literature. Okay, so these are all the things which we could find in the writings of Rajam Krishnan. Then she had written more than 80 books, like 40 novels, 20 plays, two biographies, and along with that, she had written several short stories too. And she's not only a writer, she was also a good translator. She translated many works from Malayalam to Tamil. Okay, so she was a very good translator along with a writer. And then in 1973, she was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award for Tamil for her novel Verukku Neer. So for that Tamil novel, she had been awarded the Academy Award. Not only this award, she had awarded many awards along with it. Okay, and then in 2009, her works were nationalized by the government of Tamil Nadu on government of Tamil Nadu. Okay, so her works were nationalized by the government of Tamil Nadu. Imagine, so if a particular writer's work is nationalized, so how good her writings would be. Okay, so if you hadn't read at least any one of her novels, try to read. Okay, when you read the novel, you will imagine the situation, the contemporary situation, that is the contemporary situation which is going on in the novel, that you can imagine in front of your eyes. Okay, and then on 20th October 2014, okay, only few years back, she had died. Okay, so this is what about the author. So when we talk about her writing style, her works depict the lives of women in Tamil Nadu, particularly the Brahmin women. Okay, so how the lives of Brahmin women would be, and what are the sufferings they are undergoing, and what are the restrictions they have. Okay, so these are all the things which her novel would depict. Okay, in a realist style and lucid language. So she will not use any bombastic language, or she will not use any exaggerated language in order to express her thoughts. She use only the realistic style. Okay, she will not include any kind of some kind of imagination or fanciful thing in her writings. Okay, and then the intertwining of tradition and modernity is one of the hallmarks of her writing. So when we talk about the hallmark of her writing, so she will combine both the tradition and modernity, so it will give a new form. Okay, so the intertwining of tradition and modernity. Okay, so some part she will adopt the rules and regulations followed by the traditional people, and some rules she will deviate from that. Okay, so she will fuse both the tradition and modernity. Okay, so this is what we are going we want to know about Rajam Krishnan. And then she also mentioned in an interview that it is a shame that the sufferings women underwent in my days dog them even know. Okay, so from this we could understand that during the time of Rajam Krishnan, many women, okay, so many women, they had undergone many sufferings. Even the dogs were aware of that. So here she is saying that even the dogs were aware of that. Why she is saying so? Because uh, the animals, okay, they have one sense lesser than us, but they are aware of the sufferings undergone by the human beings. But what is the cause for the sufferings of women? Definitely human beings are the sufferings. So a human being is the cause for the suffering of another human being. But being an animal, they were aware of the sufferings of human beings. Okay, think how the pathetic condition, think about the pathetic condition of human beings. Okay, and then her works, it will express her anguish at the way iniquities are perpetuated in one form after another. So we could see there are a lot of inequalities. Even today we are saying that women were given equal rights, but in most of the houses women have rights more than men. But in most of the houses still we have the same thing, that is women is inferior when we compare women with men. Okay, so so with this we can move on to summary of the novel. Okay, so Lamps in the Whirlpool, in the beginning it was originally published as Sulalil Midakum Deebangal. Okay, it was the title of the Tamil work. Since it was a translated work, the Tamil work was titled as Sulalil Midakum Deebangal, and then it was published in 1987. Okay, so here the main or major character is Girija. Okay, so she was this is a Brahmin family related novel. Okay, and then Girija, she was an ideal housewife. Okay, she does all the household works, and she takes care of her mother-in-law, father, and her children well. Okay, and then um, once she has to do all the household works, and she has no time to care to spend time for her own self development. Okay, she has to work like a machine. Okay, no one in her family understands or feels sympathetic for Girija. Okay, because this is the same situation in our family too, in most of our family. Okay, and then one day Girija, she leaves home. So the reason for her departure is she has to spend a few days in Haridwar. Okay, because she wants to enjoy her life. Okay, she has to give up all the rights and responsibilities, and she has to enjoy herself. Okay, she can't tolerate the situation. Okay, so she decided to spend few days in Haridwar. Even when she was in Haridwar, she meets few people. Okay, she meets few people like um, Roja Mami and all. Okay, so she will meet few people there, and she had she had also met a widow. Okay, and then from them she had gained a lot of knowledge, and she had gained an experience. Okay, then she badly wants a change because um, her husband will be of an unappreciative husband. So whatever Girija does, he will not care about that. Only he will concentrate on his work, and he will come home, and he will have his food, and he will go to his room. She won't involve in any activity done by Girija. Okay, and then her vulture like mother-in-law. So see the description, vulture like mother-in-law. So what is the nature of the vulgar? It is a cruel one. Okay, definitely when we hear the word vulture, we will connect that word with a bad, something bad. Okay, so it is a cruel one. So her mother-in-law, nowadays in most of the houses mother-in-law are good, but even now some houses mother-in-law are worse. So her mother-in-law, that is Girija's mother-in-law, she is a worst lady. Okay, so she treats Girija in a what to say, in a cruel way. Okay, she doesn't understand the sufferings which she had undergoing, which she had undergone. Okay, so once Girija had completed her travel to Giridwar, she returns home. When she returns, she was not accepted by her family members because they think that she had violated the family rules. Okay, because being a Brahmin woman, she should not she should not come out of the house. But she came out of the house and she had uh, traveled to a new place, leaving his family members. Even she left her children, like that they thought. Okay, so her entry is barred. Her mother-in-law is an unsympathetic lady. As I have already told, she is very cruel towards Girija. Whatever Girija says, she will not listen to that. Okay, she will stand on her own legs. So Girija's mother-in-law, she had said, uttered a dialogue. The milk is spilled and nothing can be done about it. Let her take her belongings and leave. So she says that once the milk is split, can we able to retain its position? No, even when we collect it in a glass or in some container, we will not retain it to the same position, right? There will be some changes. So likewise, she had we can't do anything. She had uh, crossed our that is, she had crossed our house. Okay, she had went out of her she had gone out of her house and she had violated the rules. She had done already. Okay, so we can't do anything with that, so let her take her belongings and she can leave from our house. So this was the dialogue uttered by Girija's mother-in-law. Okay, think the single dialogue will clearly express the character of Girija's mother-in-law. Then uh, in when we see the early life of Girija, that is life before marriage, she had received a good education and even she had worked for a while. Even though she was a working lady once, she was not given importance, or she was not given any kind of rights after marriage. She had to live her life like a caged bird. Okay, she had to ask permission for everything, and she should not do she can't do anything on her own. Okay, so here in this novel, Rajam Krishnan, she makes use of the word midakum, that is float, in her original title. That is, I have already told, right? Sulalil midakum deebangal. So in that midakum which refers to floats in English, so which is a positive statement. So how it is a positive statement? So when we talk about the positive, women are struggling a lot. So those who are unfit to live, they will sink. Okay, so they will, it is like women are compared to the that what to say, that lamp. Okay, so women are compared to lamps, and the whirlpool, that whirlpool are the sufferings which women are undergoing. Okay, so the lamp, that is the women, those who are very courage, they can overcome the whirlpool and they can float even in the whirlpool. That is how Girija would be in the end. Okay, and those who are unfit to survive, they will sink inside the whirlpool. Okay, so here only this is the major theme of the novel. Okay, so that is why that is what we can understand from the novel. Okay, so when you read, just read the title of the novel, we can come to know the major concept of this novel. And then Girija, she seemed to be a type, more than a character, she seemed a type. That is, she was a frustrated woman because she was caged inside the bird. That is, she was caged like a bird. Her husband is very egoistic person, and she's a male dominating person. Okay, and then her mother-in-law also, she was very unsympathetic towards her. So Girija feels that she was trapped inside a cage because after her marriage she had to ask everything only to her husband and mother-in-law. She can't do anything on her own. And then Even though she wanted to enjoy her own life, she had a thought in her mind about her daughters sometimes. Okay, so she has a thinking that whether they will need their presence or not. So once, I have already told, right, once she has gone to Haridwar and she returns home, she was not accepted in her family members, right? So after that, what she will do, she will go and stay along with Ratna. She was a relation. Okay, so she will go along with Ratna and she will stay inside. That is, she will stay in like a hostel. Okay, so she will stay along with that, along with Ratna. Only during that stay, she will think about her daughters. Okay, sometimes whether they will need my help or whether they will need my presence and all. Okay, being a mother, definitely daughters will need. Okay, so she will has in that mind. And Runo, this was a character which she will come across when she was staying along with Ratna. So Runo, she was a girl from a rich family, and she was neglected by her drunken father. So nobody was there to care Runo. So she was misleaded, and she takes drugs, and she also have sex, and she finally she commits suicide. When she when that is when Girija sees the suicide of Runo, she will remember her own daughters. So if her presence is not there during that particular time for their daughters, what they will do, or how they will be in their future, will they be another Runo like that? So she will have that kind of thought in her mind when she sees the corpse of Runo. Okay, so here when we talk about Ratna, so finally she goes, and she will uh, she has a ring in her finger. So this symbolizes that she has married, and she also think that it is like a cage, because only this cage is trapping her from going out. So she neglects everything. Finally she goes and uh, meets her daughter, but she will enjoy her life. Okay, so when we talk about Ratna, she was a catalytic agent. That is, Girija is suffering, and she that Ratna came into the life of Girija, and she changes the life of Girija altogether. Okay, Ratna here stands as catalytic agent of the novel. And Ratna was well educated, and she was full of self control. She has indulged in many social kind of activities, Ratna. Okay, and then mincing no words, and she was ready to help, and she was engaged herself, that I have already told. She had done many social activities. Okay, she was very eager to help the people, those who are in need, especially women. Okay, so her lamps in the whirlpool, that is Rajam Krishnan's lamps in the whirlpool, when you read that, we can clearly find out the sufferings of women. Okay, definitely within the circle, that is within the family circle, once she is married, she had to sacrifice her own self. Okay, she has to live her life only for the sake of her family members. Okay, she hardly find time to spend for herself, or to spend time for her own self development. Okay, so in this novel, Rajam Krishnan, she brings out the burning fire of women. So if what are all the desires inside a married woman, so the burning desires of women is brought out, and who loses herself. So when you do definitely we have to do all the household works, but we should not lose ourselves. Okay, we have some personal desires, and we have some personal wishes, right? So by doing the household works, women are losing themselves by doing household works. So this thing is clearly explored in this novel. So she is like a lamp in the whirlpool, as I have already told. Though she had undergone many struggles, she manages to float. Okay, she never sinks. Ladies like Roja Mami, Runo and all, they sink, but Ratna, Girija, they are like lamps, okay, because they managed to float in the whirlpool. And then in the beginning, Girija has lost, before marriage, she has identity, but after her marriage, she has lost her identity. So in the course of the novel, she has gone to search for her identity. Okay, so she loses her individuality, and later she goes to search for her individuality. So the things which we can find in Lamps in the Whirlpool are social problems. Definitely, the sufferings of women is one of the social problems. Okay, and then the restrictions which Brahmin women have, especially. Okay, and then patriarchal society. We know that it is a male dominating society. Women were not given equal rights. So even when Girija goes out, that is goes to Haridwar and returns, she was not accepted even by her husband. Okay, and then her mother-in-law, being a woman, she tries to that is she treats Girija in a cruel way. Okay, so being a woman, she's being the cause for another women's sufferings. Okay, so even though on one side we say that it is patriarchal society, a woman is being the cause for the suffering of another woman. Okay, so we cannot define that what type of society it is actually. Okay, then women's struggle, we all know the sufferings. And then household works. So if a woman do household works, what are all the impacts and what are all the consequences she needs to face? These are all the things which had been discussed in this novel. Okay, just there was a lady, and she has lost her identity after her marriage, and Ratna comes, and she motivates her in order to find her identity. And once she moves out of her house and goes to some place and returns, she was not accepted. Finally, uh, she finds her identity. This is the key point, and this is the one line plot of the novel. Hope you all clear with this novel. So if you have any doubts further, you can post it in the comment box. I will rectify it as soon as possible. So thank you for your patient listening.